All this talk about government spending, Elon Musk and Doge. If America really wanted to save money, there's only one man that can do the job. Julius Rock. Cheap isn't even the right word to describe what this man was doing on Everybody Hates Chris. So let's just list a few of the cheapest things this man has ever done. Being a mall Santa so he could explain to kids that the things they wanted for Christmas are too expensive. Like, really think about that. This man was being paid to be as unrealistic as possible. But his cheapness just overrid that, and he just started explaining the prices of toys to kids.
A Malibu Barbie with the pink remote control Corvette, the Barbie townhouse, and the Barbie swimming pool.
Ooh. Did you know how much all that stuff costs? Well, Santa's gonna tell you. It costs $137.16. Do you have that kind of money? No. Well, neither does Santa.
Then there was a time he used a coupon to get out of a parking ticket, and I'm not gonna lie, that I can respect. I don't know how he obtained a get out of free ticket for a parking meter, but I need that. Then there was a time he took a picture of the inside of the fridge so people would spend less time looking for what they wanted. Or the time he told his wife she could save money by combining breakfast and dinner.
Call it Brenner.
Yes, not breakfast and lunch, breakfast and dinner. Or the time he wouldn't pay the doctor until Rochelle was fully done pushing the baby out. Or the time he told Chris to unplug his alarm clock because you can't tell time while you're sleeping. Truly a frugal mastermind. But my personal favorite feat was forcing his family to buy only off-brand items. Now, I know some of y'all are watching this are like, shit, I buy off-brand things all the time. And I'm not shaming it, because most of the time, they really are the same thing. But in this case, there was one specific item that his family was buying where I just sat back like, okay, Julius, just buy them the branded version. Oh, y'all wanted some Chips Ahoy or grandma cookies? I got y'all. Here's this abnormally large cookie. And tell me why his family didn't just break the cookie into pieces. They would just take bites out of this hormonally altered cookie. That shit is crazy. Now I can go on and on listing more Julius cheapness feats, but what I really wanted to do was show a little respect, because I believe his cheapness wasn't a bad quality of his. It was a superpower. Why, you might ask? Because he was literally a mathematician when it came to calculating the prices of things. Throughout the show, Julius is quite literally just naming the price of anything that gets wasted off the dome. There was literally a scene where a glass of milk gets spilled on the counter, and he eyeball calculates the price of the spilled milk on a counter.
That's 49 cents of spilt milk dripping all over my table.
Like, what are we doing? So the question that has to be asked is why? Like, we understand that Julius' family is very poor, but there's a deeper reason to his cheapness. He is surrounded by financially illiterate people. Now, I don't know how Rochelle and Julius met, but they are quite literally opposites when it comes to spending habits. Rochelle always cared about looking rich and having high-end things. Julius, on the other hand, was showing up to family dinner in his work clothes. This man was so busy working his 2 jobs that he wouldn't even have time to change out of his work clothes. And that's another thing I wanted to touch on. Rochelle was constantly quitting jobs. Why, you might ask? Because my man got 2 jobs. As a kid, I didn't understand how crazy that phrase was, but now rewatching the show, that shit is crazy. Like, does she not understand that a person who's working 2 jobs is probably struggling more financially than a person that's working 1 job? That's the reason they have a second job. There was literally an episode where she was trying to throw a party for Julius's birthday, and he doesn't want a party because, you know, he's cheap. So she just gaslights him until Julius throws a surprise party for her celebrating his birthday. So there's 3 things I took away from this scene. 1, Julius cares about his wife. 2, Rochelle is crazy. And 3, even in doing something to make his wife happy, Julius will somehow find a way to cut back on costs. Because why are 2 homeless people at the party? I could just imagine Julius paying people to attend and then suddenly getting the bright idea of, wait, I can just pay the homeless people in food from the party. And remember how I said he's surrounded by financially illiterate people, implying more than one? Well, guess whose side of the family that comes from? Rochelle's. There's an episode where her family comes over due to her father passing. And guess what? All those traits I said about Rochelle are 10 times worse when it comes to her family. Her mom is constantly talking about how cheap everything is in the house and is trying to make the family buy an expensive casket when clearly nobody in the room is touching paper.
Julius, I want to help out. What's this? It's a baseball card. Al Oliver. He played in Pittsburgh. Lifetime 330 hitter. That card is going to be worth thousands of dollars someday. How much is it worth now? About $1.
I got $40 saved up. What about you, Aunt Mousy?
Then there's her brother. This man Mike was damn near 40, never held a job, and I'm not talking like in Rochelle's situation, switching job to job. No, this man never received a W-2 form in his life. The IRS might not even know this man exists. He just leeches off other people. And you know how I called Rochelle the face of unemployment? That's only because to be categorized as unemployed, you have to be looking for a job. Something Uncle Mike proudly states to not be doing in the show.
So, you been out all day looking for work?
Nah, I've been here all day.
Why is that?
It's cold out there.
Do you know how disrespectful this scene is? First off, Uncle Mike just told Julius, Mr. Two Jobs, probably looking for a third, that he's actively not looking for a job. That's like a slap in the face. But second, and most importantly, he's sitting in Julius's chair and he's eating the big piece of fried chicken. That is cardinal sin number one, and everybody hates Chris. Mind you, the scene before this, when Julius wasn't at the dinner table, Rochelle was telling the kids to listen to Uncle Mike's life advice.
You gotta pay the cost to be the boss.
No, that's right. Y'all listen to your uncle.
Mind you, this man's hobbies on his wiki page are stated to be eating and sleeping, and Rochelle is telling them to listen to this man. Yeah, Julius might have been cheap, but the shit he dealt with in this show definitely didn't help.